Hello and welcome. This is the Astrology of the Week Ahead podcast, and I'm your host, Chani Nicholas. All right, y'all, this week is a little bit of an astrological recess. It might even feel like a little bit of a reset. We had a pretty intense full moon last week, and now we're on the come down. We're in the last little bit of Sagittarius season, and there's not a ton going on this week, which is lovely. It's good to have astrologically boring moments. The main things that are occurring this week are on Monday, December 12th, there is a sextile between the Sun and Saturn, which can be really good for goal setting and for getting a clear plan of action. The Sun in Sagittarius is very energetic and loves to try to find the latest and greatest adventure to go on. And in a sextile to Saturn, this can be a really good time to, again, find practical ways to make our wildest adventure dreams come true. But also, on Wednesday, the Sun will make a square to Neptune. Now, if we don't have anything to get done, if we're not trying to get anywhere specific, if we're not trying to be really exacting in whatever it is we're doing, this astrology is fine. It's like very dreamy. It's really good astrology to get lost to. It's great astrology to wander around with. It is really good for imagining and dreaming and escaping. You know, Sagittarius loves to adventure out, and Neptune loves to be in the great dream. It might feel a little bit like a Mercury retrograde because Neptune likes to erode the boundaries of reality, and things, again, feel hard to find a linear way through. But as long as you don't need to, you're good. And then on Saturday, December 17th, we have one other little astrological setup, which is Mercury trine Uranus. This can be really helpful for inspiring conversations and thinking outside of the box and being really experimental with our ideas and implementing them. Now, we'll say that as of Tuesday, one of the subplot lines of the week is that Mercury is moving into its pre-retrograde shadow. That means that we will eventually circle back to whatever it is we're doing now. Mercury will be retrograde from December 29th through to January 18th. And we're ending the year with a Mercury retrograde. We're beginning next year with a Mercury retrograde. We're also ending the year and beginning next year with a Mars retrograde. And this crossover is really important because Mars is a lot about our energy. And of course, Mercury is a lot about our communications and our ability to translate things and our ability to count and get things correct. So Mars right now is in Gemini. It's in the sign that Mercury rules, which means that Mars is dependent on Mercury in some way, shape, or form. It's kind of like if I go to your house and I need a drink of water, I'm in a lot of ways dependent on having to ask you for it and you being able to give it to me. So Mars is retrograding through Mercury's territory, and then Mercury is going to be retrograding. So there's a lot of emphasis on review at the end of the year and at the beginning of 2023. And in some ways, this week, we start that slowing down process. This is a good time to wrap things up, to begin the process of wrapping things up for the year in any and every way that we can, knowing full well that the first 2 weeks of January are all about reviewing what it is we want to do, reviewing the structures of our lives, and the ways in which things are set up. So also the systems of our lives. That's what Mercury retrograde is really good at helping us do, especially in Capricorn. Mercury's retrograde here will have us looking at the shape, the structure, the foundations, and the blueprints of a certain part of our life. And because Mars is added to the mix, Mars is asking us in large part to review our relationship to our agency and our power and how we use it, work with it, and honor it. So all that to say, again, there's not a ton going on this week. It's kind of like giving us a free pass. It's a free period. It is a type of recess. And next week, we're going to have a really big reset because it is the solstice and also a new moon, and also Jupiter is re-entering Aries. So there's a big energetic shift that's happening. A lot of things will be changing. And this is that moment to enjoy the kind of in-between moment, in between seasons, in between going full throttle ahead and slowing down for the end of the year and these upcoming retrogrades. So take note of things that you might have to come back to review or rework, maybe a little later in the month or in the new year. And like all Mercury retrogrades, make sure that you are taking note of what might not be heard in the way that you want it to be, what might be miscommunicated or misconstrued or misunderstood, and get out ahead of all of that by being extra clear and extra mindful of how you are communicating. All right, y'all, that's the reading. It's short and sweet. I hope that if you get lost with it, that it is a really good time and that you enjoy the week of not having a ton of big events happening.
Thank you all so much for leaving reviews in the App Store. I wanted to share one with you titled Learning to Love Myself. I've used this app for a long time, off and on, and finally gifted myself the year subscription for my 30th birthday. Happy Saturn return. I don't know how Chani and her team did it, but this app is perfect for me. The blend of meditation, affirmations, planetary magic, the poetic and digestible way they explain how the patterns in the sky affect the patterns in our lives. This app has done more for me than the regular horoscope app. It's guided me to a deeper connection with myself, supported me through hard times, and hyped me up in the good. It's helped me understand how I connect with the important people in my life and the celestial bodies in the universe. Chani, thank you for helping me get to know myself better, understand where I come from, and ultimately love myself. Your work is deeply appreciated. Thanks for saying yes to your calling and inspiring us to do the same.
Sending you lots of love, many blessings. Bye for now.